The will of God is the thought of God. Do you know God thinks? Do you know he has a thought? What God thinks is the will of God. So the next time someone is saying, I want to know what the will of God is, what's he saying? I want to know what God is thinking about this situation. Realize that we can enjoy the fullness of God's provision when we are where he is. And where is God? God is in his will. Where is God's will? God's thoughts. What God thinks. So what does God think? Isaiah 14:24. The Lord of hosts has sworn, surely as I have thought. So God thinks. As I have thought, so shall it come to pass. One thing never fails. The will of God. What's the will of God? The thought of God. As I have thought. So God sat down and thought about you entering another level. That's his will. And what happens? It shall come to pass. This week, his will come to pass in your life. Look at what he says. As I have thought, so shall it come to pass. As I have proposed, so shall it stand. You see, God's will cannot be broken. And what is God's will again? God's thought. We hear people always say the will of God. What's the will of God? I want to know the will of God. I want to know, is he the will of God for me? Is she the will of God for me? Is this church the will of God for me? Maybe there's somebody saying, is this church the will of God for me? The will of God. How do you know the will of God? You have to know the will of God is the thought of God. And ever before you came here, God thought of you. Ever before your life began, God thought of you. And because he thought of you, he has a will concerning you. Because he thought of you, that thought he thought about you is his will. So God is not trying to form his will. Oh, what's going to be God's will? Oh, Lord, what's your will? He had a will before you started. Because he already thought of you ever before you came. And he thought of your whole life. He thought of your marriage, your children, your school. Everything concerning you, God thought of it. And that thought, he doesn't change it. That's his will. And when you walk in that will, you can be sure that you will see the fullness of his blessing. May you see the fullness of his blessing.